Well, we consist of many activities to prepare these athletes for the next level, from recruiting seminars to even autograph signing sessions.
Solo shot. Let's check in once again down on the field with Olivia Stacy.
Thanks, Bernie. Well, earlier in the broadcast, we talked about Kelly Kretschmann of the Pride being honored with the Offensive Player of the Week. But the Pitcher of the Week, well, that went to rookie out of the Racers organization, Jalen Ford. She posted a 1.62 ERA with 15 strikeouts. Speaking with Coach Levin about her performance this season, he said she's never rattled. She remains calm under pressure, so hopefully she'll be able to get back on track after that home run by Chamberlain. Also, interesting connection, Erica Fields of the Pride caught for her at James Madison University for 4 years. Bernie?
How about that? Those two reconnected on different teams. That's what's so special about the National Pro Fast Pitch League.
Have you ever wondered just how tough an NHL training camp can be? Well, for better or for worse, today I'm going to find out. We're giving you an inside look at how the Lightning prepare for their preseason opener, and it might be ugly, so wish me luck. That's right, and Jeremy, your team was able to notch 27 runs in this one. They have been consistent throughout the entire season, and you know better than anyone that the season is a grind. But your team's motto is that they don't believe in moral victories. How important was it to win this one today?
It was a big win, especially going into the World Series.
Hey, Coach, your bats have really come alive in the past few games. How do you continue that level of production tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we've been hitting some atom balls right now. We're hitting them hard, and it's a game of inches, and that's kind of how it goes right now.
There's 4 slots, 5 big conferences. We knew there would be at least one conference on the outside looking in. In this year's case, it's the Big 12, and I do feel a little bit bad for both Baylor and TCU because they didn't have that final opportunity that Ohio State did to have a title championship game, and they were named co-champions, Baylor and TCU, which in the end really hurt them. And your defense also helped you out with that pick early on in the game. How much of a confidence boost does that give your offense?
Oh, it definitely shifted momentum towards us.
What's the best piece of advice that you've given?
Just never give up. You know, chase your dreams because, you know, nobody's going to chase them for you.
Mike Anthony, 3 deep home runs, 411, 417, 436 feet. What was connecting for you? Can you tell the story about the morning in San Diego when you and Warren Sapp heard the Bucks referred to on television as the Yucks? It's hard to quantify the significance of this game. The team is reaching that elusive 500 mark, putting together back-to-back wins for the first time since 2013. And what that adds up to is relevancy. You have told me that you feel the nationwide conference USSSA signals a new era in slow pitch softball. How do you feel you've been able to accomplish that? Welcome into our latest edition of Tampa Bay Shoot Around. I'm Olivia Stacy. We have 2 weeks packed into today's show with some fadeaway shots, 3-pointers, and a lot of dunks, so let's get to it. At number 9, Armwood versus King. King took a 20-19 lead late in the third quarter and held it until Armwood's Kiera Tharp dropped this layup at the third quarter buzzer. The Hawks went on to win 39-29 and claimed the 6A District 7 title. Congratulations, Lady Hawks. The Celandino tournament always brings heated competition, and this year's semifinals were no different as the Durant Cougars faced the Alonzo Ravens. But before the competition starts, we're going to show you what it's like from the driver's seat. IndyCar veteran Davey Hamilton took me along the 1.8-mile, 14-turn course for one heart-pounding ride. Thank you for the ride, and put my life in his hands, but he is a pro. The PGA Tour has made its annual stop here in Palm Harbor at Innisbrook's Copperhead course, where 144 of the world's best golfers are set to take the stage. What is one thing that people would be surprised to know about you?
Ooh, I have a voice of an angel in the shower. You know, I can sing a little bit, but
can you give us a sample of that?
No, I can't. I lied about that. I like singing in the shower. I really do.
Do the guys hear you in the clubhouse when you're singing?
No, only behind closed doors, like when I'm by myself.
Rick Whittier joins us now, and it is certainly a rainy night, but we are toughing it out right now. And Rick, Offense Defense Sports has been organizing full contact football camps for over 45 years, and you're currently in 40 different locations across the nation.
With the head coach of the Racers.
Yeah, Coach Brian Levin joins me now, and Sarah Polly in the circle tonight marks her 11th season in the MPF. What kind of a presence does she bring this team? In your Twitter profile, you say that you're down to earth and goofy. So tell me about this goofiness. You know, are you a kind of The one always cutting jokes in the locker room and on the field?
I'm the one. I would say that I could never take a serious situation serious.
The Tampa Bay Lightning opened the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs against Detroit with a highly physical matchup and a defense-first mentality. Coach, your motto is play hard, leave it all on the field. Your team certainly did that today.
Yeah, they sure did. I mean, I asked them to come out here and just leave it all on the line, and what happens. And they did that. We got a good jump in the first inning.
How difficult was it, though, to manage the rain and the elements of this game? He said, yes, Connor Morgan will be our starting pitcher, but he had plans to put all of his pitchers in this game. He didn't want to tire anyone out. And one player that you've been instrumental in shaping in his development has been rookie quarterback Jameis Winston. Can you describe your relationship with him, and how will that change as head coach?
It'll have to change a little bit.
The Lightning have faced the New York Islanders in the playoffs just once before, back in 2004, the same year they went on to win the Cup. 80 of the top senior standouts from across the country will be playing in tonight's bowl game. We have commits to Ohio State, Florida, Auburn, among many other top college choices. And you knew that your team had to answer offensively. What did you talk about on the sidelines before that play?
Just scoring a touchdown, being a leader.
I know that you're catching your breath still, but you are deciding between Cincinnati and Kentucky. What is influencing your decision? You know, disheartening is a word that comes to mind, and that was certainly the feeling going into the Bucs locker room following that loss on Sunday. You know, these players were the first to admit that they didn't put a good product on the football field, but there was also the sentiment that they believe they're better than that. Antonio, you were able to bring this score within tying range for your team. They tied the game, and now you have a chance to win it. Talk about what was clicking for you today. You've had over 15 carries.
Yeah, the offensive line's doing a great job. They're opening up holes, and I'm just hitting them.
And you are committed to play at Ohio State. What impressed you the most about Urban Meyer's program? You actually start next week.
Yeah, I just want to go to a winning program and get closer to home.
If you were to ask me who's the greatest player in the world, LeBron James is the first person that comes to mind. I know he had a lackluster shooting performance in the finals, but then you look at his performance against the Warriors. He had 35.8 points, 8.8 rebounds. I think it was 12.8 assists. That, to me, kind of solidifies his position as the top of the game.
I'm with her, Ronnie Lane.
You've made 2 pitching adjustments so far, putting in Marcus Valle in the second. What are you hoping to see from him? Welcome back to Osceola County Stadium, where Bachman has a 23-17 lead. And this conference has experienced a lot of growth since its inception back in 2006. They're celebrating their 11th season of play. And speaking with CEO of USSSA, Don DiDonatis, earlier in this broadcast, and even before this game, he told me what he attributes that growth to is bringing in younger, more competitive athletes, many of who have professional baseball experience. That includes Bachman catcher Ryan Harvey, who has 10 years of experience in professional baseball. And you take a look at the numbers and you can see the growth. In the first year, there were only 18 teams. Currently, there are 40 teams representing 26 different states and 22 events per year. You took a team that had been 2-26, led them to 3 playoffs in your last 4 years with the team. What was your biggest accomplishment when you were a Buccaneer? You watched some highlights today. That has to bring back a lot of great memories for you. Well, I'll bring up the silver lining because, I think 3 things that to take note of and to be encouraged by was, their red zone defense, their goal line work, and the ability of these younger players to really step up to the plate. Clearwater Reds head coach Miguel Cairo, you bring 17 years from the major leagues to this team. You played all positions except for pitcher and catcher, and you encourage all of your players to be utility players. How important is that versatility to your team?
I'm in the friendly confines of the press box up here, but our own Olivia Stacy is down there in the elements, and she's going to tell you how it feels down there on the field. Olivia?
It certainly is an extremely hot day here in Orlando. And I just pulled up my Weather Channel app. It says that it's 90 degrees, but feels like 99, and I can personally attest to that. A lot of these players are suffering from not only heat exhaustion, but extreme muscle cramping, as you can see in the outfield right now. This weekend is the Grand Prix, and I got a sneak peek. Check it out. So how fast does this go?
How fast does it go? Pretty quick.
All right, that was the craziest ride of my life.